Oh God, help me, God, to bridle my tongue and speak only words of grace, and teach my lips to speak the language of love. My spirit, my rock, my strength, my song, my God and mine, El Shaddai and Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, oh God. Help me, God, to bridle my tongue and speak only words of grace, and teach my lips to speak the language of love. My spirit, my rock, my strength, my song, my God and mine, El Shaddai and Adonai. My spirit, my rock, my strength, my song, my God and mine, El Shaddai and Adonai. My spirit, my rock, my strength, my song, my God and mine, El Shaddai and
Good evening. I'm Reverend Dr. Susie Shadle. I welcome you to Unity of Sarasota, where something wonderful is happening right here and right now, because you're bringing your energy here to join with ours, along with the folks who are watching us on the live stream. They're bringing their energy too. And so here we are, having a wonderful time. So thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Just a couple of things I want to say before we move into prayer and move into the rest of our service. We do have a 12 Powers class coming up. It starts on Monday, and will go for 4 consecutive Monday evenings, 6:30 to 8:30. And there are flyers out there on both tables, actually, out there. And at the bottom of the flyer is a place where you can sign up, you can register. And if you would hand those to me, if you register tonight, I would appreciate it so that we know how many people are coming. Let's see, who's teaching it? I am, and so is David Hawkins, who is a chaplain, so we'll be co-teaching it. 12 powers. These are the powers within you, and we want to make sure that we can all not only have the powers within us, but we know how to use them all around us as well. So join the class. I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun. That's the main thing I wanted to say. Oh, one other thing. It happens that Halloween falls on a Sunday this year, and so we've decided that we're going to act like, we're going to allow our children out, and we're going to dress up for Halloween. So if you are inclined, I would love for you to come on Sunday the 31st, dress up, and there will be there will be some prizes in the bookstore for some of the most creative costumes. So please partake. Let's have some fun. You know, it's been a year and a half of interesting times, so I think we deserve some fun. What do you think? Okay? All right. I always love to see what people come up with, you know, for things like that. So let's take this opportunity to move into prayer and get ourselves centered and fully present for our time together this evening. And so if it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Otherwise, maybe a soft gaze at the flame of the candle, or anything that just allows you to be here now, to be fully present. And the best way I know how to get there quickly and easily is to remind ourselves that as we breathe into the center of our being, we remember who we truly are, that is the in-breath of spirit, and it fills our heart space, and then we release the breath. And again, breathing in deeply to the center of our being, allowing that breath of God to gently hug our hearts, and then release the breath. And again, breathing in the inspiration of spirit. The in-breath is the very living experience of God. And as we breathe out, that is literally us breathing out the expression of God individually as we are. And so breathing in, breathing out, we are reminded that God is as close as our next breath, for God is always within and all around us. And we are simply reminding ourselves of that fact so that we can be present to it in this very moment. And so as we bring our breath and our entire being to this time and this space, this energy, this togetherness, this oneness in spirit this evening, I know that we are each adding to the experience that we have together tonight. And for this remembrance of the truth of who we are individually and who we are collectively, expressions of the one, I am eternally grateful. And so it is, and together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
We are connected by the heart. Where do you end? Where do I start? Anything you pray for, if fear is in your way, I'm here to listen to anything you need to say. Your prayer is my prayer too. I hear the worries that are in your way. There's nothing I can do to take your pain away, but I'll help you reconnect with that voice that's deep inside. Let angels wrap you in their love. Let Spirit be your guide. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me, I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. 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 Your prayer is my prayer too.
Our daily word today is forgiveness. Wow, that's good. You can start practicing now for getting together with family at Thanksgiving. Can't start too soon on that, right? So, forgiveness, and the affirmation is, I am caring for myself when I forgive. I am caring for myself when I forgive. When I offer forgiveness to others, I am giving loving care to myself. Through forgiveness, I lighten my emotional load and let go of what does not serve me. My feelings of hurt or anger may be valid, but I am not helping myself by holding on to them. Like a barricade of leaves, sticks, and debris in a river, a buildup of resentment and anger stops the healthy flow of my emotions. Being unwilling to forgive others or myself creates stagnation that holds back any feelings, even joy or gratitude. And as I relax and release old hurts, I remove blockades to let my emotions flow. I honor this process and have compassion for myself. Forgiveness creates a lightness in my heart. Newly cleansed, I continue my healing journey. And the scripture comes from Proverbs 10:12. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offenses. And again, the affirmation, I am caring for myself when I forgive.
I release and let go in the silence of my soul. I release and let go, oh my soul. I forgive every wrong as I sing this simple song. I forgive every wrong, oh my soul. the silence, oh my soul, I release and let go, oh my soul. I forgive every wrong as I sing this simple song. I forgive every wrong, oh my soul. I release and let go in the silence, oh my soul. I release and let go, oh my soul. I forgive every wrong as I sing this simple song. I forgive every wrong, oh my soul. I forgive every wrong, oh my soul. I forgive every wrong, oh my soul.
Thank you, Susie and Phil. That was beautiful. They play very well together, don't they? Forgiveness. It's a subject we've all had to deal with in one way or another, haven't we? Do we all know what it is? Have you had to forgive someone that you felt hurt you in some way? Have you ever had to forgive yourself for believing you had done something inappropriate to someone else? These are all questions that at some point we ask about forgiveness. Are there answers? Of course. There is, but it's up to us whether we do them or not, how it affects us, how we respond to it. You're the answer. But I will share with you a situation I had, and we'll see where it goes. But first I have to tell you, I went to a mixology class today. You were very lucky. I did. I was an hour late, so I missed all the instructions on how to make things, but I was in time to taste them. So it was really fun. And I am good. I'm all right. They were fine. I can never walk a straight line anyway, so that won't do you a bit of good as to whether I'm okay or not. But forgiveness is about goodness and extending mercy to those who have harmed us, even if they don't deserve it. It's not finding excuses for offensive behavior or pretending it didn't happen. Forgiveness is a process with many steps, and it takes as long as it takes. I wish I could say, take 2 aspirin, go home, go to bed, and you'll wake up in the morning and you'll be fine. Won't work. Not even close. Forgiveness can heal us and allow us to move on in life with meaning and purpose. Depending on the issue, it can take years. Just as you would start slowly with building a physical exercise, starting to go to the gym again, we do that with our forgiveness heart muscle. We have to put that forgiveness heart muscle into action. And it takes a while before it will really become alive, listen, and work with us. We all have stories and having to forgive someone who really did us wrong, and I have mine. Many years ago, I was hired by a man that I truly admired, I knew very well, and I had a great deal of respect for him. Needless to say, I was thrilled when he hired me. But it wasn't too long, maybe a month or so, that I saw a different part of him that I had never noticed before. And it made me think, maybe this is different than I had planned. Maybe he isn't the person I thought he was. Well, pretty soon his temper would show up in his relations with other people, and I was so surprised. I could not believe that that was in this person. And I certainly didn't want to get anywhere near that anger. But of course I did, and it wasn't pretty. He spoke to me in ways I had never been spoken to before. It was insulting, rude, put me down. I could even think I could call it being bullied, as well as yelled at. He truly scared me. Not physically, I knew he'd never hurt me, but verbal abuse, if you've ever experienced it, you know how damaging it can be. One day I'd get praise and how great I was doing, and the next day I'd be put down that I wouldn't be able to do anything. Well, this went on for 2 years, and now you all shake your head and think, oh my God, why did you do that for 2 years? Well, somewhere in my mind, I had developed this thought that you stuck with your job for 2 years. You either was able to quit after 2 years, and God forbid you ever fired, but at least it would be after 2 years. So I stuck it in. I stuck it out for 2 years. Finally, that day came, and I got hold of my friends, and I said, okay, now it is. I'm going to turn in my resignation. Well, unfortunately, because of the circumstance, I had to do it by email. He was out of town, and he wanted me to do something to be ready for this meeting as soon as he got back into town. No time in between to talk to him. And I wasn't going to be at the meeting with this stuff and not having told, without him knowing that. So I did email him, and he called right away. I was a wreck, but he was very nice. He supported me, wished me well. I hope you have a wonderful time. It's time for you to move on, all the things that you hope somebody would tell you. Well, it was a relief. I called my support team and said, I'm okay. I'm really okay. Everything's going to be fine. Big mistake. He called me the next day and let me have it. Reamed me out. How could I leave him when he had done so much for me? He had supported me. He taught me. How could I be so selfish as to think I could just leave and go somewhere else and give someone else all the lessons that he's taught me? I couldn't say a word. There wasn't any way I could say a word if I could get one in. So it lasted about 10 minutes, and then goodbye. Well, he called the next day, same thing. It went on the rest of the week. He called every single day. Finally, I told a friend of mine what was going on, and I said, when the phone rings, I want to run and hide. And she said, Amy, that's the sign of an abused woman. Why on earth are you answering the phone? Good question. Why was I answering that phone? I was told the phone rings, you answer it, right? Well, that Saturday, he called, and I did not answer the phone. I was so nervous. Well, he left a message. It said, if you weren't even strong enough to answer the phone and talk to me, then you're fired. I certainly do not want to spend any more time with you or on you, so you are no longer welcome. Goodbye. I was relieved. I thought it's over. I never have to see this person again, right? No, I could still hear his voice when he'd say hello. I'd shudder, I could hear it, like it was right there. I would just shudder thinking about it. I'd recall what he would say to me time and time again. Each and every time I'd fall into that trap of anger and frustration and hurt and pain. It hurt. I had to find some way to stop that. So my stopgap became the word cancel. Whenever my mind would go into those conversations or the feelings that I had, I'd say cancel. and I would put something else in my mind. You know, our minds can only do one thing at a time. You think you're multitasking, you're not really doing that. You're really focusing only on one thing, and the rest is kind of happening. So when you have that thought coming in, I say, cancel, and then I replace it either in my mind with a picture or a happy thought or something. It happens time and time again. Over the years, that all comes back, and you have to say, cancel, and replace it. After a while, it won't be as often. When you say cancel and put that thought in your mind, it won't last that long. You'll feel freer. For some, this isn't easy. The issues raise their ugly head over and over again. If any of you have done the mastermind prayer principle, there's a line in there that we say, I forgive all those who have mistakenly hurt me. And for years, I had to say, not yet. It had been a long time now. I've come a long way. I remembered I've learned a lot from him. Number one, never, ever allow that be in the presence of anyone like that again. But I also learned a lot of other things from him that I still use to this day. So I've come to the point now where I wish him well. I'm not feeling that I need to put salt in his gas tank or anything, so I've come a long way, and I want him to have a good life. We need to remember that we never, ever have to accept unacceptable behavior, no matter what. However it is it shows up to us, we have to handle that situation. We have to exercise that heart muscle. It takes time to work it into that forgiveness, but there's no time limit. It never has to happen overnight, so don't let anybody think, oh, well, you can take care of that. No, it takes as long as it takes. There's so much pain when we have been the subject of some unforgiveness like that. Moving through it isn't easy, and any type of forgiving is difficult, but if it's been a life changer, it makes it even harder. Empathy is a great word. I think most of us in Unity know what it means. We feel empathy toward people rather than feeling sorry for them. And empathy is a way of understanding the person well enough to know maybe why they've done this behavior, why they behave the way they do. It is easier if you know them better, but still doesn't excuse unacceptable behavior. The last and most difficult type of forgiveness is forgiving ourselves. The first question, do they know how you feel? If they have no idea, then obviously you haven't done anything wrong to them, or they'd certainly have let you know. However, knowing the Unity principles and what our integrity is, we can't allow something like that to be in our life. We can't allow it to stop us. It borders on shame when we've done something that we have done to someone else, that we feel we have to forgive ourselves. It borders on shame sometimes. Second question, did you intentionally intend to hurt them? Often we think we'll say one thing and think it'll be taken one way, and for some reason, they take it another way. And then you have that issue. So you have to be clear, understand what it is that happened. And honestly, if you've never had an intention of deliberately hurting another person, then you do not have to worry about forgiving yourself. What we need to make sure is that the other person is okay. Because understand that you are okay. It's not an easy process, forgiving ourselves. We know there are answers for this. For those of us in Unity, I remind you that God has forgiven us before we even ask. And the other thing is, if it doesn't work that way for you, remember God's grace. Allow God's grace to take this burden from you and heal it for you. Allow that to happen. You know, it's a practice in changing our thinking and raising our consciousness so we can be aware of these that we can do. These are all things that we have been guided in all our practicing and lessons and reading to be able to do for ourselves. Eventually, we realize that I'm okay and you're okay. In closing, I would like to quote Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Namaste. I invite you now to just relax. Bring in that wonderful breath of God, and breathe it in and feel that energy and that peace and solace when you inhale that wonderful breath of God. Deep breath and release. Allow it to relax, step by step. Another deep breath. With each breath, feel the forgiveness. Feel the ideal part of you that is true and whole and perfect. Feel your strength and your power to live your life honestly, in integrity, and know that you have the ability to overcome any issue that falls before you. When we forgive, we wipe that slate clean. We replace it with feelings of peace and love. That heart muscle is active. I am a free soul, unconditionally loved. As I forgive myself and others, I am at peace. As I forgive myself and others, I am at peace. I invite you to take that into the silence. Many people have trouble with forgiveness because they've been taught in a singular act to be completed in one sitting. That's not so. Forgiveness has many layers and many seasons. So allow yourself to realize that, and don't think you have to be someone that can just take it off and be okay. That person is okay, I'm okay. You have to move through it. You have to move through each layer of it, unwrap it, look at it, and see that you have reframed it, that it's a good thing. There is goodness in there. No experience happens in life without goodness. There's always something good in there that we can glean from. That's the important part of forgiveness. It heals us, it opens our heart up. We can move forward with our life and do as we want, never at another person's expense. We're clear and free. We are clear and free in the silence. We all know that forgiveness is for us. We benefited from it more than anyone else. We relieve ourselves of this burden. We often convince ourselves that we have forgiven another, but when we're still complaining about it or talking about it, maybe not quite yet. There's still work to do. But we can each do it. There is nothing that we cannot do as far as forgiveness. It's not worth carrying it around. It's like a big suitcase that gets heavier and heavier. We let go of all of the bitterness and the resentment. We're not forgetting or excusing it. It's directed to ourselves. Forgiveness is an act of love. Stephen McDonald was a shooting victim in 1986, and he said, "I forgave because I believe the only thing worse than receiving a bullet in my spine would have been to nurture revenge in my heart." We do not want to do that. So I invite you tonight to please take with you the knowledge, ability, and awareness that we are all capable of forgiving others and especially forgiving ourselves. And remember, it will take as long as it takes. There's no time limit on it because you're doing it for yourself. And to heal yourself and to walk out in this world standing tall and free is worth however long it takes. Be patient with yourself, love yourself, and know that God is with you and surrounding you. And together we celebrate this awareness and repeat together, thank God within and all around us. Amen.
I forgive, and I love you as you are. I see the purity of your heart. I forgive, and I love you as you are. I see the purity of your heart. purity of your heart. I forgive, and I love you as you are. I see the purity of your heart. Behind the veil of who you think you are, I see love, only love. Behind the veil of who you think you are, God sees love, only love. I forgive, and I love you as you are. I forgive, and I love you as you are. Behind the veil of who you think you are, I see love, only love. Behind the veil of who you think you are, God sees love, only love. I forgive, and I love you as you are. I forgive, and I love you as you are. I forgive, and I love you as you are.
This is our opportunity to remember that we are in the divine flow of the goodness of God. And so it is a time to remember the gifts and the blessings we've been given, to be in gratitude for those, and to know out of the generosity of that gratitude that we have something to give. And so this evening we have that opportunity. You may be giving something of a financial nature. There's a bowl that looks like this at the back, and you're welcome to put whatever you feel moved to give in support of this ministry in that bowl. And that includes a prayer or a blessing. So even if you're not putting something physically in the bowl, at least hold your hand over it in blessing so that you can be in that divine flow of giving and receiving, that goodness of God. And we are grateful for all the gifts, blessings, prayers, finances, whatever it may be. It's perfect because it's from your heart. And so we are in gratitude for those gifts.
come to me, let my heart be changed, renewed, flowing from the grace that I've found in me. And I've come to know weaknesses I see in me will be stripped away by the power of your love. Hold me close, let your love surround me. Bring me near, draw me to your side. And as I wait, I'll rise up like the eagle. I will soar with you. Spirit leads me on in the power of your love. Spirit, come to me, let my heart be changed, renewed, flowing from the grace that I found in you. And I've come to know weaknesses I see in me will be stripped away by the power of your love. Hold me close, let your love surround me. Bring me near, draw me to your side. And as I wait, I'll rise up like the eagle. I will soar with you. Spirit leads me on in the power of your love. Hold me close. Let your love surround me. Bring me near, draw me to your side. And as I wait, I'll rise up like the eagle. I will soar with you. The Spirit leads me on in the power of your love.
So I want to thank Phil Lieber, my musical partner, and thank Reverend Amy for her sharing tonight. And I want to thank all of you for bringing your energy together with ours. And to know that as we move through this journey of forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, that we literally restore ourselves to the wholeness that is the truth of our being. As we release those things that we hang on to that diminish us, we are empowered and magnified into the truth of who we are. And so take that blessing and that journey with you into this week and beyond. Be the truth of who you are. Be the magnificence of your being. You have been blessed by Spirit itself, and you are the blessing. Let your light shine. We need it. Blessings on your journey. Namaste.